Hi, everybody. It's Kathleen from TreeSisters, Well of Creativity, and this is Creative Interviews. And today we have the beautiful Angelique Boas with us. Hi, Angelique.
Hi, Kathleen. Thank you for inviting me. It's such an honor.
It's an honor to have you.
Mm.
I'm going to read a little bit about Angelique before we get started. That Angelique is connected with Earth awareness and the next 7 generations, the divine feminine, as well as ancient teachings of the Sisterhood by Jamie Sams, the 13 original clan mothers, Earth medicine, ancestors' way of harmony for many moons, and dancing the dream. Angelique is a ritualist, shamanic practitioner, and circle keeper. She offers private sessions, ceremonial women, and other circles. She is also the founder of the Grandmother Circle, Grandmothers of the Sacred Stones, connected to the ancient stone sites in the northern part of the Lower Lands, and co-founder of the Global Grandmothers Council Network 2020. She is a devoted tree sister and river tender in the nest. Over the years, she has studied and taught, and still does, various teachings concerning inner development and the sacred feminine. Furthermore, she graduated as an interior designer, architect, and she is a self-taught artist and creates sacred native art. These sacred medicine shields that we're going to see are created for healing, inner journeys, ceremony, and development. She is the owner of Casa Boas, Shamanic Practice and Philosophy and Native Art, and a non-professional photographer. But as you will see, some very beautiful photography as well. So welcome, Angelique. It's really, really a pleasure to have you here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I feel happy to be with you and to really, show something of my divine work and what I'm at, my path.
Yes, it's such a beautiful path, and you and I have been getting to know each other over the course of, what is it now, at least a year, right? I think.
Yeah.
And it's just been a beautiful getting to know you and your work, and there's just a deep sacredness that I feel from everything that you do. And I want to share, if we could start with just talking about what drew you to TreeSisters. Like I did say, you are a river tender, which means that you're a volunteer and you work with TreeSisters, and you're a volunteer in the nest, and you do river tending in the nest in the welcoming circle as well. And that is holding the space for the women who are sharing in there and supporting them and engaging with them and all the amazing support that you do. We're very grateful for you for that. And so if you could just share a little bit about how you came across TreeSisters and what drew you to our community.
Yeah, first of all, I love to share that I really feel honored to be with TreeSisters because it's such a beautiful organization. And I cannot think of it not being in my life anymore. Although I'm not so very long. I mean, I think I'm drawn to TreeSisters by an interview which I saw and which I heard from Claire. And she really touched my heart immediately. And I was like, yes, this is where I belong. This is my home. And it just feels like it. And that was in the summer 2 years ago. We live now 2020. It was like, 2018. And I became really inspired by everything you are offering. Everyone is offering in Tree Sisters, and it was so overwhelming from the beginning. I didn't know where to start. I just thought, oh, this is really what I feel inside. I want to be there. I want to be there. And also the concept of giving back to the mother, giving back to Mother Earth. Yeah, that's exactly what is resonating deep in me, deeply. Yeah. So that's, it fits like a glove, they say.
Yeah. uh, it fits like a glove. And yeah, and I think that, that's really pretty much across the board. It's amazing how uh, we're all drawn to this through our nature. Like that's what it's felt like for me too, is it was just a perfect fit, and it was everything that I've been longing for
Yeah.
in a community, and more. And it keeps unfolding, right? So I was drawn into by hearing Claire, as so many are. And I'd like to ask you then, what kept you? What was the thing that held you? So I always ask what called you, but it's coming up for me like, so Claire calls us in and she holds us too. But what else holds you and keeps you coming back to Tree Sisters?
It's the concept of truth. It's all about truth. And that everything is so genuine and so natural. It's all natural. And it's just the way, yeah, where I feel I can be in my place in the world. This is my place in the world.
Yeah.
And I really love to be part of that. I really love to give back to the mother. I really love to share with my true sisters. I love to share from the heart. Claire is such a really inspiration for me. And from the beginning, when I heard her for the first time, she was really coming into my heart. So, yeah, so, yeah, how can you say that in English? She was there. She just, it was like an arrow in my heart. And I woke up like, yes, this is what I want. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to serve, want to give back, I want to share, and I want to join the circles. And everything is still growing, and it's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything you are doing together. And there's such a beautiful sisterhood. And for the first time, I really have to mention this. This sisterhood is true. There are many sisterhood who are okay, but this one is okay plus.
Okay, plus. I love that. Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. I concur, and having been a tree sister for many years and then now being on the team, all the way straight through the core is true. Yeah, all the way to the core, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing, and we must let people know that truth, because it is hard to find. It is rare still in our days. Yeah. And so today is St. Patrick's Day.
Really?
Yeah, in Ireland. I'm very Irish.
Yeah, sure.
It's also a lot of things, are closing down. There's no St. Patrick's Day parade today, for instance. That's just one of the little things that is closing down right now during this auspicious time of having our interview together. As I woke up this morning and knew that I was going to be speaking with you, I was really thinking about the essence of love and sacredness that you hold for the earth and for sisterhood and circles and ancient wisdom, all of that. Like, you hold such a beautiful reverence for all of that, that I thought, this is, in these times right now that's happening with the current coronavirus, is so difficult for so many, because we're being, first of all, there's people who are being, who are sick, who are becoming ill, and it's hard on the systems that aren't strong enough, and on our elders. And also the separation now that we're being quarantined, and we're not allowed to, fly to maybe be with our loved ones or in contact with them. But there is such beauty happening right now in our awakening to this is our earth, this is our one and only earth. And I think people are becoming more conscious, if that would be the one good thing at least that is happening, that we are slowing down and all coming into our truth in a way, or at least we have the opportunity to do that. What do you think about that, Angelique?
Yeah, I totally agree. This is a specific time to go inside, to go inward, and to listen to your inner voices. It's funny that just before the coronavirus went viral, went how you say it, globally. I think 2 months before this, I decided to step down from Facebook because I felt such an urge to go inside and to think more, to communicate more with my inner guidance and go deeper. And for me, Facebook was a part of keeping me from that. And I'm, of course, the one who is keeping myself from it. But I felt this was not the way for me to connect daily. And now that this virus is here and these times are around us and with us, I felt even more. I feel even more how important it is to be with your inner voice all the time, and to connect daily. To begin with, in the morning when you wake up, you can start with meditating, and it doesn't have to be so long, but just when you connect with Mother Earth and you feel her presence and you feel the beauty and you feel her grieving and her pain. And I mean, she is there, and she is just there always, always and always have been.
Yeah.
And everything she gives to us every day again, I think, what else can we do than to be grateful for that daily, and to honor her and to be with her and to support her in any way possible we can think of. And yeah, that's where we find the answers within. That's where we find the answers.
Yeah. Yeah, going within is going to nature, isn't it?
Yeah.
Going and to know that that's still there for us, no matter what is happening. That, and even right now, just I love the idea that she's getting a bit of a break, from all of the pollution from the airplanes and the cars and all of that. I love looking at that as an opportunity for us to notice how much excess we have of travel and of buying things. And I think all of those things are to fill like an emptiness that we have. But like you said, she's always there for us, Our spirit is always alive in nature. There is nothing wanting. There is nothing missing. It is pure love and pure gratitude is all I feel too. I feel anger at the the sort of the blindness to it, or the lack of empathy for our mother, literally, like what she's giving to us and how our life is nothing without her. There simply isn't life without her. So our distractions are becoming maybe more clear. I think that has we been distracting ourselves with, and that's the one good thing that I feel is coming out of things right now.
We are easily distracted, but sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good.
I was just, when you were talking, thinking about, last week I was in Drenthe for 4 days, and Drenthe is the northern part of the Netherlands. And it's a very ancient part, and there are many, many sacred stones groups, which we call hunebeds. And for several times a year, I go there to pray with the stones, with the and to receive information, the knowledge of these really, really ancient ones. And for me, the stone people carry the most ancient information from the mother.
Mm.
And it's beautiful to be there. And I've been to, I think, 4 or 5 groups now, and they were so different. And the weather was so different at the same time. I've been to one and it was beautiful, and it was a sacred wood as well. And there were also, you call it tumuli, and the tumuli, these are little hills, and underneath there are also these stone graves.
Mm.
And they are covered with earth, and they are beautiful, very soft, like you also have in Ireland. You know,
Yes,
they, but
all
these are,
over.
yeah, all of them, but these are a little smaller though. And very, very beautiful ancient circles of trees. And you really have to ask if you may enter into the circle. You can feel it, that you can enter, and then you stand there and you feel this old knowledge and these sacred knowledge which they are sharing with you. And you can, yeah, you can only bow. You
You
can only
can
bow
only
in
bow.
gratitude, only bow to the earth and give
Mm.
thanks. And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, that was beautiful to be there and then to come back and have regained new information.
Yes, it's so beautiful. And did you bring that back to your weaving circle? That
No, I
for
went after the weaving circle.
oh, okay, even
Well,
better.
well, actually, last month I've been there too. Yeah, and then there, I of course I got some information, but
Mhm.
I'm gathering this information for a new event I'm planning to organize in August. No, it's the end of July and the beginning of August. And last year we did also a gathering, and it was 7 ceremonies for Mother Earth. And now we are having a gathering which is called Healing the Self and Healing the Mother. Support, yeah, it's
Mm,
for supporting her
so
in the
powerful.
process of birthing, and it's, yeah, it's beautiful. So
Yeah, and it's the energy that you carry, the reverence that I was speaking to about you, that you carry, that is it is in full reverence and reciprocity, and the beauty that is right there is something that I want so many more to tap into. Can you tell us a little bit more about the grandmother's circle? You know, whatever you can share about that you founded and have been bringing together.
yeah, well, it's a couple of years ago. I was called inside to form a circle of grandmothers, and not only because I have my grandchildren, but because you're growing into this, yeah, this longing to be together with women who carry the same knowledge or the same, and who love to grow as well with you, and to work for the earth, to work with Mother Earth, and to receive her information, and to share this information in the circle together, and to be open and connected all the time. And
Mm.
this circle has have some changes, and now, and then I received also the name of this circle. This circle is called the Grandmothers of the Sacred Stones, because yeah, it's a very sacred name, and I was really, really grateful to receive that. And because this connection to the sacred stones, it's all about wisdom from the earth, and it's all about the ancient knowledge of Mother Earth. And it's such a blessing to receive this name. You know, it's really,
Mhm.
I honor this name very, very much.
Yes, it does. It carries so much energy. I can feel it, you know,
Mm.
as having been invited to it as well, and feeling it in my bones, in my stones, in my bones. um, it, you know, yeah, it is. It's amazing, really, these gifts that are being given to us and the guidance that we're receiving from Gaia.
Yeah.
You know, if we trust and listen carefully to that, we just let go, and we are we're nothing in compared to all of it. It is so big and it is so powerful, and we just can let go and just trust that everything is here for the reason. We just keep following our hearts, and you do that so beautifully. I'm going to start sharing some pictures here. I'm going to start with the one of oh, where is it? The tree. Here's, you could tell me the name of your tree. I know it, but
Well, this is a very, this is, I call it my bear tree.
yeah, bear tree. Yeah.
The bear. She is a beach, a very ancient healer tree, and many crystals are buried in between her roots and underneath her roots. Many people consider her to be a huge, beautiful healer. And it's wonderful to be with her because when it's springtime and when it's summertime, she has this sacred space all around her. And it's because her branches and her leaves are touching the ground in a wide circle. So you enter her temple. It's really a temple of green. It's beautiful to be with her. Yeah.
So some of her branches actually come down on the ground.
Yeah, most of them. Most of them. You really walk, you really enter her sacred space, and then you feel the it's different also. Totally different to be with her and to step out of this space.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And I love this iris planted in her honor, I'm sure.
Yes.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, it's in springtime. The whole forest, this whole forest is covered with those blue, we call those hyacinths. And it's not an iris. It's covered totally with the blue flowers, and it's magical. So magical, such a magic forest.
Yeah, there's so much magic to be had in places like this with her. I'm going to move to your studio a little. We have a little bit of a shot. This is from the from your weaving circle, right?
Yes, it is. Well, on top of the left, you see my circles. The circles I initiate, and it depends on how many women there are. But I can host 14, and with myself, 13, and myself. But most of the time there are 13 women, me included. And in this picture, you see the little apple tree. It's an apple tree in the center of the circle.
Yeah.
And that's where we had our weaving ceremony, and from Treesisters. And this apple tree is, it's bedded in crystals, of course, and to honor her and to honor also Mother Earth and to honor the sacredness of this ceremony. This apple tree is one of two because we gave them to our grandchildren with Christmas, and this one is on my balcony. And every time they are here, they come and talk to the trees and give them water and see how big they are. And you know what? It is so beautiful because we planted the prayers on the branches of the tree. And you could see where I sit. That is in the corner. That's on the south, and it's in the corner of the. I always work with the medicine wheel, so it's on the south where I'm sitting in circles. And it's totally on the left, on the farthest corner. And 2 days after the ceremony, I saw that on that place where one of the prayers was hang on the branches, the little bud was opening. There was a bud opening. Yeah, so beautiful.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I love that your grandchildren are part of this.
Yeah.
And, you know, adding their energy and bringing in all the generations. Such a gift to them you are.
Yeah.
And this is absolutely beautiful, these crystals. And oh, what a I cannot wait to see the apples blooming.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So here I sit with one of our dear, also a tree sister. She's Corina, and she's from the Netherlands as well. And she responded my call to come over to the weaving ceremony. And what I hold in my hand is a little booklet, and that's from my dear sister, friend, grandmother friend, Nelly, whom I also requested in one of the Zoom calls if
Yes.
TreeSisters would support her in her last journey. What she
Yes.
did is she made this beautiful booklet, and it's dedicated to the 13 original clan mothers as well. And she made beautiful photographs over the year. And when she heard she was going to leave the planet, she made 13 beautiful poems as well, and she leaves it to all her beloved friends.
Oh my goodness,
Yes, it
that's
is.
so beautiful.
And you
Yeah,
can, yeah, you can see her with her lovely dog.
yeah. I don't know if I can get in farther, but I'm gonna try a little bit. She's many of us held her in our weaving circles
I
on
know, it's so
International
beautiful.
Women's Day, and
Yeah, thank you. It's such an honor and so beautiful. And she was so happy. She shared that with me, how
yeah,
happy she was and how honored she felt to be held in this space. And yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
mm,
She brought beautiful energy to our circle, and it was a gift. We could feel her. Um,
yes,
and it was just beautiful, the whole weaving women back into matter activity that we all did collectively on International Women's Day. One of the very first days of the coronavirus, it coming out more into the world was that day. And so that was a beautiful ceremony to really to ground us all together, and
yeah,
we weave us all back together into the earth while we weather the storm together.
yes, yes, it is. It was beautiful and it was really, really very sacred. And yeah, all women who were present, we were with 10 women, and Milan did the photographs, and he did such a beautiful job. And also a little movie which he dedicated to
Yeah, it's
Gaia,
beautiful.
to Nelly, and to all sisters
Yeah,
worldwide. Yeah.
yeah, really beautiful little video, and Milan's work is gorgeous, and these photographs are
Yes.
just you can touch your faces. It just feels so real.
Yes.
Now I'm going to go into your shield so we can start talking about your artwork, and specifically like your life is art.
Yes, it is.
But these are the pieces that you make with your hands. If you could just tell us a bit about the process and the honoring
Well,
that you're doing here.
this one is a shield. It's a sacred shield, and it's from one shield of the 13 original clan mothers. It's the 12th shield, and it's one of my favorites. Yeah, how can you call it? Medicines. It's a medicine. They all bring a medicine into the world. These clan mothers, and this 12th clan mother carries the medicine of being grateful for what has to open, which is not yet there. So she's grateful for everything which will unfold. And that's her color is purple, little purple, like the flowers. And
Yes,
yeah, I I really love this shield very much.
yes, and I love the message that it carries for all the possibilities, like we talked about on the sistering call this morning.
Yes, yes. Everything
Everything.
which will open up, and to be grateful for that, and not to have fear for anything which will unfold, and just open your
Mm,
heart and embrace what is in front of you, what will be in front of you, and you don't know whatever it will be. And that's such
yeah,
a beautiful quality. And my work, everything I create, I work with birds because birds is my family. Birds are my family, my beloved family, and I love to work with their medicine. And these, in every feather, every bird has its own specific message, its own specific, yeah, also medicine. So when
yes,
someone has my, is attracted to one of my shields, they are attracted to the medicine which is available for them and which can bring them healing or insights or visions or teachings. It just depends, but it's always people are really attracted to the medicine they need.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
To the next one. Ooh, lots of color here.
Yeah, it is. This one is called Gateway, and I created it just after the gathering we had in September, and it was called Walking in Beauty. And one of the shamanic performers who were there was she does performances on stilts, and you call them stilts, the high wooden
stilts, but yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And she had a performance from a peacock, and she did this this was so deep, then it really touched my soul that when I came home, immediately this wanted to leave my spirit.
Yes.
And these are feathers from a peacock, but also from what you call it, a military macaw, an Amazon.
Okay, yes.
And the golden is the other side of the blue feather, so it's all that same bird.
Wow.
Yeah.
So brilliant in the colors.
Yeah.
And then you paint these sort of boards behind?
Yes, that depends. This one is a wooden board, and the colors are, that's what you were asking, the board?
Yeah.
Behind, yeah. The board is wood, it's from wood. And sometimes it's from a tree. I also many times work with tree boards and from different trees, various trees.
Yeah.
And the answers come to me when needed.
It's so beautiful. Yes, I'm sure that there's very deep ceremonies going attached to each one of these that you do internally.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just keep getting brighter.
This one is called Raven, and these are raven and crow feathers. And in the middle you see a little shield which is from copper. And copper for me is for communication. It's meant for communication. So this shield is a communicator. And also the crow for me is the one who is in the in-between worlds, in between the higher realms and the lower realms. He's the connector in between those two worlds. And so this is very much for communication. And the red feathers are from a red ibis, and the quality of the red ibis is eternal life. So yeah,
communication and eternal life. Gorgeous.
Yeah, this one was also created after the gathering. I had an exposition for 4 months, and I loved to create some extra work because they asked for me to offer 60 pieces, and so I created 10 new pieces in that week. So yeah.
This one really calls me. This I feel like it's really speaking.
Yeah, it is. It's very soft, and also these feathers are flamingo feathers.
Oh, they are.
Yeah,
I was going to ask you.
And the little red ones are also from a military macaw. These are from the here from the collar they wear. Yeah.
This little piece here is really calling my attention.
Yeah, it's almost like an eye. And I never know it's going to be that that way. But it's like looking inside. This is really to look inside this piece.
Yes. And the wood is so beautiful too.
Yeah, that's from a cedar, a redwood cedar, red cedar. Yeah.
This
Redwood. Yeah.
cedar wood.
Cedar, yeah.
Well,
And
you say it your way is fine too. And then you had these little, they're like little seashells and beads.
yes, they're all little abalones, little
Mm-hmm.
abalone shells and turquoises. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they connect us with the sea realms, with the messages from the sea world, the
Mm-hmm.
sea spirits,
Mm-hmm.
sea relative.
Yeah, this one I love. This one I love.
Yeah, it's rather big though. It's about 1 meter.
Oh, so that's about 3 feet, I think.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, Angelique, it's just so beautiful to have you here today and look at all of, just really not just looking, but feeling your work. There's a definite tactile to the sacredness of your artistry, and it's not separate from your life. It is who you are, and it is
Yeah.
pure intention, and it's just really an honor.
Mm,
It's really an honor.
thank you so much, Kathleen. It's an honor for me. It's a deep honor to really share this with you and with Three Sisters. And yeah, I love to that my work is being seen because the messages are important. The messages are for Mother Earth and for healing and for all the shields are meant for healing. And it's yeah,
Yeah.
what I'm.
And I was thinking that too, we want to, if we can share maybe, each one with their message, and, we'll keep it together with the video as we share it, and put those messages out there, because I know they've affected me today, and I'm sure everyone who's watching this feels that too. And it's an invitation to even go deeper, I think, with you and with the listening
Yeah,
that is. So as we just leave, everyone,
yeah.
as we close, not leave, but close that.
Well, I can adjust a little bit. One thing,
Yes.
every month, every full moon, I'm sharing one of the clan mother shields. So
Okay.
every full moon, there's going to be another clan mother, and I also offer the shields on Three Sisters Day.
Yes, yes, and we'll point them out and let people know that they're there. Are you sharing them in the main nest, or are you sharing them in the forest floor? I can't
I think
remember.
I did it in the nest pod and maybe in the well of creativity. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll bring it to the attention and the well of creativity, and that's actually the last thing that I wanted to ask you is what what advice or knowing would you like to share with everyone who's wants to really connect with their creativity more?
Well, I feel how important the importance for everyone and to connect with your heart, to stay in the heart and to feel connected there and from your own heart, also with the heart of the mother, to stay connected and to the divine mother, to be in this full connection. And then you can also feel the abundance and you feel the necessity to be one with everything, with all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my prayer for everyone.
It's a beautiful prayer, and thank you for sharing with us, Angelique. And we'll take you into our hearts, and uh, everyone to just really feel that sacredness. I know that share it below, whatever is coming to you after you watch this interview. This
Thank you.
interview, beautiful interview.
Thank you so much, Kathleen, for being with you. Thank you.
Thank you, honey.
Thanks for sharing. Mm.